will of the Force is a flowing current. You can follow or fight it, but it is always there. In life, I dismissed the Jedi code. I was wrong. There is no death. There is only the Force. And it has a plan.
Born in the year 3702 BBY, Darth Marr entered the world just 2 short years ahead of the Sith warrior known as Darth Malgus. While the details of his birth name and the identity of his enigmatic dark side mentor remain shrouded in obscurity, it is reasonable to assume that Marr was nurtured amidst the dark and foreboding Sith citadel of Dromund Kaas, where he would have undergone rigorous training akin to that of Darth Malgus. Darth Marr's ascendancy to notoriety transpired during the resurgence of the Sith Empire. He etched his name into the annals of history by consistently taking the front lines of the war, emerging victorious in every battle he engaged. Adorned with a distinctive ruby-hued lightsaber, his very presence on the battlefield emitted an ominous, deathly symphony. Draped in the fearsome Sith Ravager's battle attire, he presented an intimidating visage that often sent adversaries fleeing in terror. His face, concealed behind a mask designed to evoke the likeness of a Sith spawn, a sinister dark side abomination, gave rise to a macabre rumour. It whispered that his countenance had become so nightmarish that witnessing it invited one's own demise. This unsettling tale was born when a Grand Moff, having failed to heed Darth Marr's directives, was summoned to a disciplinary meeting. Legend has it that Marr unveiled his visage to the Grand Moff, who subsequently resigned and took their own life. In his youthful vigour, Darth Marr achieved a remarkable feat by recovering the lightsaber of Tulak Hord during the throes of war. He safeguarded this priceless artifact with utmost secrecy, entrusting its whereabouts to no soul but his own, preferring to wield the weapon he had brandished as an apprentice. Using Tulak Hord's saber might have been construed as a display of arrogance to his peers. Alternatively, it may have been a calculated decision to eschew the burden of safeguarding such a valuable relic at his waist. Regardless, this feat did not go unnoticed by fellow Sith Lords, who accorded him due respect. As a result of Marr's relentless aggression on the battlefield, the Sith Empire secured numerous victories. His reputation resonated even among non-Force users within the Armada, solidifying his standing. As the war's flames raged on, the Emperor's gaze fell upon Marr, recognizing his extraordinary abilities and accomplishments. Thus the Emperor bestowed upon Darth Marr a seat on the prestigious Dark Council, entrusting him with the sphere of military defense. Marr's military acumen became indispensable to the Empire's defense. With Marr in command and his personal fleet at his disposal, he successfully shielded the worlds of Korriban and Ziost from relentless Republic counterattacks during the war, ensuring that offensive fleets could maintain their positions without the spectre of losing their homeworlds. Before the war's conclusion, Darth Marr chose an apprentice named Darth Lacris. A human female, Lacris proved to be a fitting protege for Marr, sharing his vision and mannerisms. She recognized that her master viewed aliens not as slaves, but as potential allies, a perspective that diverged from the norm within Sith culture. Furthermore, she understood Marr's unwavering commitment to defending the Empire from all threats, even those that lurked within its own ranks. While many Sith Lords schemed to undermine each other, Darth Marr eschewed such treacherous intrigues, advocating an end to internal strife. a sentiment that Darth Malgus would eventually act upon years later. As the war concluded and the Treaty of Coruscant was ratified, the Emperor's silence mandated that the Dark Council assume responsibility for governing the Sith Empire following their galactic triumph. Proactively, Darth Marr embarked on a mission to strengthen the Empire's foundations and expand its network of allies. At this point in time, Darth Marr became the longest-serving Dark Council member, as he survived the war and the Cold War. The Council made several contentious decisions, including opening the Sith world of Zyos to non-alien species, fostering trade relations and livelihoods for various worlds. The conclusion of one war marked the onset of another, the Cold War, an era that would become the backdrop for the events of Star Wars: The Old Republic. During this tumultuous period, Darth Marr experienced a vision of his apprentice's impending demise on Balmorra. He summoned her to the Dark Council chamber, subjecting her to a harrowing ordeal. By bringing her to the brink of death himself, he granted her a vision, a warning that she would meet her end on Balmorra. In a stern proclamation, Darth Marr impressed upon his apprentice that no one could elude death, and if Balmorra was her destiny, she must confront it, regardless of the outcome. The devs made an entire blog post about this encounter, and I made it into a video for you. Check it out. The Price of Power. Darth Lacris accepted this daunting task, yet her fate ultimately led to her demise at the hands of the Jedi Order's Varsenfor. The bounty hunter narrative intersected with Darth Marr when they undertook a mission to deliver the Republic Chancellor, a testament to Marr's continued efforts to disrupt the Republic, often with success. Concurrently, the Dark Council began to hear of Darth Barris's audacious claims, as he proclaimed himself the Emperor's new voice and divine messenger. However, a challenger emerged to undermine Barris, and the matter was settled in a climactic Dark Council session, where Barris was left to fend for himself. Fearing displeasing the Emperor, Darth Marr permitted the challenger to confront Barris in the Council's presence, letting only the victor's words resonate.
No. Barris claims to be the voice. This lord claims to be the wrath. I will not provoke the Emperor. The one who lives speaks truth.
Subsequently, another complex matter unfolded as Darth Thanaton abandoned a challenge of Kagath, summoning the Dark Council to seek assistance against his own challenger. This backfired when Thanaton's challenger appeared at the council meeting, exposing his bluff. Thanaton met his demise within the council chamber, prompting Marr to acknowledge that Thanaton had been a more formidable Sith than he had received credit for. Ironic, considering that Darth Marr himself had killed Thanaton's master in the very spot where Thanaton lay dying now. Shortly thereafter, Darth Malgus seized a moment of opportunity during the Emperor's silence, launching a coup that rapidly assumed control of the Empire, catching everyone off guard. While Marr's views arguably aligned with those of Malgus, Sith politics likely led him to perceive no favourable outcome in joining the rebellion. This is perhaps why we do not see Darth Marr involved with this story arc. Darth Marr continued his relentless schedule, participating in numerous galactic events, including the acquisition of Isotope 5 from Makeb, and the procurement of new weapons of mass destruction. Darth Marr also summoned the player character to confront the Dreadmasters during the Dread War on Oricon. At this juncture, Darth Marr was approximately 64 years old, leveraging his extensive experience and formidable force powers to assume an unofficial rulership over the Dark Council, his authority unquestioned. When Revan emerged in the galaxy, Darth Marr made a controversial decision by forging a peace treaty with the Jedi and forming an alliance to combat Revan. This choice led many Sith purists to either abandon the Empire or engage in subversive activities. As the confrontation with Revan ensued, Darth Marr demonstrated that even in his advanced age, he remains capable of confronting formidable adversaries, including Revan Reborn.
You are wrong, Revan. He has powerful allies.
After Revan's defeat, the Emperor's malevolent plan to consume all life became apparent. Disapproving of this perilous path, Darth Marr and the Dark Council stripped the Emperor of his command. The Jedi and Sith, in their pursuit of the Emperor, maintained an uneasy peace as they embarked on their quest to thwart him. However, the Republic appeared complacent in their efforts, leaving the onus seemingly upon Darth Marr to spearhead the search for the elusive Emperor, especially in the aftermath of Zyost's devastation. During the search, a new faction emerged, known as the Eternal Empire, which rampaged across the galaxy, wreaking havoc and slaying influential figures. Surviving these relentless Eternal raids, Darth Marr remained steadfast in his mission to locate the Emperor. In his quest, he ventured into wild space, where he encountered a foreign probe that ultimately led the Eternal fleet to their location. Overwhelmed, Marr's flagship succumbed, and he and the player character were taken captive. Subsequently, both the player character and Darth Marr found themselves transported to Zakuul, face to face with the enigmatic Eternal Emperor, Valkorion.
Is this why you brought us? To hear you bicker with soothsayers?
Come along.
You're taking us to your master.
I'm taking you to my father, Valkorion, the immortal Emperor of Zakuul.
An emperor. Just what we were searching for.
It became swiftly evident to Marr that Valkorion was none other than the Sith Emperor, concealing himself behind a new facade.
A new name. A new face. These are not enough to hide from us.
The Sith Emperor. Your presence is unmistakable.
In a heated exchange, Marr refused to kneel before Valkorion, triggering an outburst that culminated in Valkorion unleashing a divine blast of force lightning that claimed Marr's life.
I will never again kneel to you. It is you who fears death, Valkorion. I do not. I will not kneel.
Darth Marr had been the Empire's most revered leader, yet even his formidable power proved insufficient in the face of the Emperor's wrath. Valkorion would later claim that Marr's perspectives were narrow-minded, bound by irrelevant ancient dogma. Many, however, would vehemently disagree, recognizing that Marr had always prioritized the welfare of his people and the Empire's future in the vast galaxy. But the tale of Darth Marr did not conclude with his demise. Through sheer willpower, he resisted the call of the Void and returned to the material realm as a Force ghost. Resolute in his mission, a true Sith, he defied death itself, a feat akin to that of Revan. Darth Marr's spirit sought out Satele Shan, the Grand Master of the Jedi Order, finding her in solitude on Urdessan. After a spirited debate, they reached a profound understanding. Darth Marr regarded Satele as his equal in the entire galaxy. Together, they forged a new philosophy transcending the boundaries of light and dark, embracing balance as the guiding principle. Darth Marr's spirit played a pivotal role in guiding the player character, offering valuable lessons and aiding in the construction of a new lightsaber for their confrontation with a formidable enemy. Darth Marr remained veiled in silence until Lord Scourge and Kira Carson revealed that the Sith Emperor had survived with a contingency plan. As the galaxy's heroes united within the mindscape of Satele Shan, Darth Marr appeared once more, offering his support to the player character. Standing alongside the Emperor's other victims, he was ultimately laid to rest for the last time when the Emperor was vanquished. His spirit found its peace, becoming one with the Force, an achievement that set him apart as one of the most distinctive Sith Lords to ever exist. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more just like it, please hit that subscribe button. Thank you for watching. May the Force be with you.